Reverend Charles Williams II, Common Spelling, President of the Michigan chapter of the National Action Network. We are assembled today because we are definitely very concerned about the issue of Ms. Debra Simmons, who suffered police brutality in Natchez, Mississippi. She was demonstrating along with other groups, other members of the National Action Network around the issue of police brutality with police permit, and the officers took it upon themselves to escalate the situation of 12 protesters to a place where they were ultimately, or she was ultimately tased. We're standing against this, and we are headed on our way. In fact, myself and others from our national office, we are headed to the Natchez, Mississippi for a rally at King Solomon Baptist Church in Natchez, Mississippi. We are also working and organizing in the community across Mississippi for a statewide demonstration back in Natchez, Mississippi. We will not let this die. We will protect those who stand up and fight against injustice. And we feel that it was wrong for this police officer in Adams County to tase this woman and escalate this situation to a place that is extremely unfortunate. So we are organizing not just in Mississippi, but also all of our southern chapters, and we will be leaving from Michigan to Mississippi in the future for a much larger demonstration. Understand, she was having a peaceful demonstration. She was not with restraining from the police officers. They had a permit, giving them permission to have this demonstration. She has been trained here at the National Action Network with protest and demonstration training with those who have done it in the civil rights past. And so we believe that this is really the same type of carnage. This is the same type of tactics that were used for people, for activists like Viola Luiso, who was from Detroit. We believe it's the same type of tactics, it's the same type of characteristics that was used with Goodman, Cheney, and Schwerner. And just 50 years ago, we celebrate, we commemorate the death of Medgar Evers, who will be commemorating 50 years of his death on next Wednesday. And we believe that Mississippi is still burning. But we've got the water, we've got the fire truck and the hose, and we're going to put the fire out.
Yes.
Sam, did you want to add anything?
No. Well, yeah. I speak as political director of the Michigan National Action Network. And what Reverend Williams has said is real important, because we've got to understand that Mississippi, like Michigan, North Mississippi, is attempting to turn back the clock on human and civil rights.
Right.
Our sister Debra Simmons, a strong, active member of Michigan National Action Network, was simply doing National Action Network in Mississippi. And Debra Simmons was tasered for exercising First Amendment constitutional guarantees of freedom of expression. Debra Simmons has been trained in nonviolence techniques. Debra Simmons today is one of Michigan's heroines, like Viola Liuzzo, who was slain for being a freedom fighter in the Deep South decades ago. We will protect Debra Simmons from the racist aggression of Mississippi law enforcement authorities. That is why Reverend Williams will be leading a delegation to Mississippi. That is why Reverend Al Sharpton is getting involved as the founder of the National Action Network, because we will protect freedom fighters like Debra Simmons. Thank you.
Are there any questions?
Is Debra here?
No, she's not here.
She's recovering from being tasered.
She's recovering.
When did this happen?
This happened on Monday, about 12 noon, they were having the demonstration. She was held actually a little extra longer than the others, or than anyone else who went to jail who was detained on that day. And she just got out yesterday, I believe, yesterday morning it was, and she's been to the emergency room to get checked out. I will be with her on tomorrow evening as we organize around this issue and continue to further the national attention around something that is an egregious crime. Let me make it clear. We believe the officer should be fired. We also believe that the officer should be prosecuted. And we will fight for this justice until we get it. We're calling on a Mississippi state investigation as well as a federal investigation. It is completely unfortunate. Someone who teaches the young people, who spent all their life teaching young people about the civil rights movement, who has activated herself or got herself engaged in the work of fighting injustice, would be targeted and would be put in a situation that was highly unwarranted and highly unnecessary. But we are going to send Bull Connor of Natchez, Mississippi a message. And that message is if you mess with one of ours, you got trouble coming your way.
All right. All right. Let me ask you this one question, if I could, Reverend. The officers are going to say they felt threatened by Debra. They had to...
Well, if you watch the video, you see a 250-pound man on the left, you see a 250-pound on the right, and both of them had her contained. It was the white sheriff who decided that he was going to pull out his taser and have some fun tasing her like she was a pig. That's wrong. That's what's wrong. It's not about whether she was contained or whether she was contained. There was no reason at all why she should have been tased in that situation. If they wanted to contain her, that's one issue. But to take it to a point where they tased her was completely out of order. And it was racist, discriminatory, and unnecessary.